decided to... Right, wonderful. I'll restart. Right, so we've sorted the mics out. Welcome to SF1 versus SRA. It's a little bit of a fun sort of challenge we've got going today for the two leagues. Joining me is the Kimi Räikkönen.
Hello.
Alongside in comms. How you doing today?
Doing well, mate, doing well.
Yeah, looking forward to a good race. Any expectations today?
Oh, we've got a little bit of a surprise in here, I think, haven't we? With, where is he? Benny H. Used to race for us. I don't know if he's racing for us tonight, if he's racing for the other side.
I'd assume,
interesting,
seeing as I've never seen him recently, that he'd be taking the SRA side, but it'd be nice to have him on ours.
I know he's quick,
Everyone's...
so he's certainly one to watch. You know, who else we've got up there? Absolute, another quick lad. Coatsy, he's certainly, Coatsy's not slow by any means. Usually quite consistent driver as well.
Well, looking through the names, other than the people I've never heard of, which is only 2 or 3 of them, I can't look at any of those game tags and say they're slow or that they shouldn't be here. So I think we're in for a good, exciting race. It'll be interesting, definitely. I know TJ's fast. We know Coatsy's very fast. Andrew JS is very, very fast and tends to dominate quite often. But the same goes for Umpy Lumpy. So yeah, it'll be nice to see some unknown names come up through the pack as well. But we're yet to find out. Short qualifying today, so just one attempt. I think it's about 18 minutes, isn't it? So you've got enough time to get a few runs in, but not quite as forgiving as sometimes the full qualifying sessions can be.
Oh dear, Gotham's just pretty straight into the wall. Snaked around a little bit. I'm just trying to think what corner he is.
Just watching him return to the track there. Hasn't gone too well. Who's out that's not set a lap? Steffa? That's come across the line for a reasonable lap time. Puts him in 6th. So unlike your full qualifying rounds, they will be pushing pretty much flat out as Steffa nearly loses it in the first corner. Yeah. From their first flying lap, so there's no sort of sandbagging that goes on in the short qualifying unless you're properly confident, which does happen. There's a few of them here, but we're looking at basic pace at the moment. There's no teasing going on, I don't think.
I think these guys are certainly pushing with the snaking that we're seeing coming out of turn 1.
Oh yeah, definitely. Watching Rhodes as he makes an attempt for pole. See how quick he is. On board for the final 2 corners. Here we go, got to carry as much momentum as you can in that final corner. It's very easy to turn in a little bit too early and ruin it, but it puts him in 7th with a 105.4. It's all very, very tight in the midfield pack there, especially from about sort of 5th downwards, 5th or 6th downwards, very close between everyone really. So
looking at tyre strategy, we've got Benny H on supers, we've got Whiffy on supers, Constant on supers, and Bianchi on supers as well as Beer, but Bianchi tried the softs before, I think. Who's that? Who's just lost it? It's Bianchi who's just lost it.
Aye. What we want to see, really. Umpy Lumpy's on an outlap. He can go faster, he thinks. Mr. TJ has just attempted a lap, and it was slightly faster, but not enough. Andrew's sitting pretty in the garage and on the 3rd step of the podium for the moment.
It doesn't look like Bianchi's got a very good setup on the car.
Who's in the Haas? Stoned. That's obviously your first question, isn't it? I believe it's Mr. TJ and Dark Wolves in the Haas, I think. Have a quick look for you as Mr. TJ is on track. Yeah, Mr. TJ and Dark Wolves. There you go, Stone. There's your Haas team for your Wednesday evening. Just watching Absolute as he's... looks like he's completely backed off there, yeah. So something didn't quite go right for Absolute there. Smoking Poppy's the slowest of the timed runs at the moment. You don't know where Absolute and Benny H is, but you did say Benny was a fast driver and one to look out for, so highly anticipate his lap as he starts one now. We'll sit on board and watch him.
Watching Senna to see if he comes round to improve on his time. Yeah, he does. Ups it in 6th.
Yeah, he's stuck himself in 6th. That's a great little time there, not too far away from the rest of the midfield. He could probably get himself up into 4th there if he's got a bit more to give. Senna's a very fast driver, but it seems to be a little bit of a... he's either there or he isn't driver, so we'll have to see whether he's there this weekend, but it's looking strong at the moment as Benny comes into the final couple of corners. He's looking relatively fast. He's a little slow actually, sits in 8th, just in front of Constant Ryan and just behind Senna. Mr. TJ, he's looking to go a bit quicker as well. Coming into sector 2 now.
Yeah, a lot of guys up in the you know, top 2, 3, 4. They're all on super ultra soft, should I say?
Yeah, they're really going for it. It is a track, I feel personally, it is a track where you want that track position at the start because it is difficult to get past. It's very narrow, there's not many opportunities at all, so very easy to get tangled up with another driver. So your qualifying position really is quite important, and if you can get a clean start, chances are you might just be able to get away from the rest of the field quite early on. Just watching Andrew JS as he comes up the hill. He's on a timed lap, he's looking fairly quick, a little bit frustrated maybe at the wheel. Let's watch him. Ooh, sector 2 and 3 yellow. It's just a slow car ahead, yeah, just moving out the way. That was Stoned, I think. No, Rhodes. Why am I saying Stoned? He's not here. Final couple of corners. It looks like he's given that one up. Yeah, very late backing out, but he backed out all the same. Whiffy is going slow. Everyone's sort of recouping in the pits, getting ready for that final dash to the end. It's really important to try and literally get out at the very last moment you can. Lumpy Lumpy's out again.
Absolute just starting his flying lap.
He's yet to put a time in. looking pretty uncertain for him at the moment. Just 5 minutes remaining.
He doesn't like to give anything away until the end.
No, I know he's bit of an odd one like that, but each to their own. No SF1 stone. That's the answer to that.
We've got absolute clear out the last couple of corners now, coming into the start finish.
Goes a tiny bit quicker, just 5,000ths of a second quicker. But every little will help in the end. As Absolute puts it on 4th position, just 3 or 4 tenths away from Andrew. So that's a very promising lap time from the SRA representative. At the moment, it's SF1 SRA, SF1 SRA, SF1 SRA, all the way down to 6th. So it's nice to see the leagues quite competitive together. Yellow in sector 2 and 3 is probably just someone getting out of the way. Company's really going for it. Makes a last minute decision to pop into the pits and nearly cuts across the grass there. It could have been dangerous.
Oh!
Absolutes. What's that? What happened there?
It just went wide into at the exit of turn 1, coming in to the start finish, should I say, and bumped straight into the wall.
Well, there you go. Your first retirement of qualifying. Haven't even made it to the race yet, but he's put in a strong lap time. It's just whether or not he can hold that, because it's dangerously close to the rest of the field. Just a couple of tenths there, really, and he's all the way down to sort of 10th, 11th position. So that's going to be a little bit awkward. Coatsy really struggling to get a lap in. He's dropped all the way down to 17th. Benny, he's out again, looking to improve, sitting there in 10th at the moment, but he's got a little bit of traffic there. Whiffy's in front of him. Oh, that's not a nice place to be. Or is Whiffy giving him the slipstream? I think he might. Yeah, Whiffy giving Benny a massive helping hand down the little back straight into turn 4, I think, or 3, 4, turn 4. Beautifully done. So Benny might well have a very, very quick lap time just from that toe down the short straight there. Into the final couple corners. Here we go. Across the line, it's good enough for 4th. That pushes Absolute into 5th already. Senna now demoted to 10th position. Having a look, he couldn't improve that time round. He's probably going to give it another go by the looks of it, but whether he can improve or not is another question, as Rhodes sticks it into 9th. Ooh, Senna losing the back end there at the top of the hill. It's not going to go too well. Yes, my name's oh, Sam. Sam did that on purpose. Why did you do that, man? So, Sam retired on track, unfortunately. I'm sure he'll argue that he lost it, but that looked to me like a purposeful bash into the barrier, which is going to cause problems for other people's first sector, because sometimes the game doesn't like you, obviously, setting a faster sector with yellow flags, which is rightfully so, but that's not going to help many people. So most people run out of fuel, except from Mr. TJ, who has finished. Doesn't improve. That looks to me like your qualifying result. So Umpy Lumpy sticks it on pole, followed by Mr. TJ 512. Andrew J.S. Thomas takes the third step of the podium for the moment. We will take a 5-minute break after qualifying just to let the drivers sort their head out, get their strategy down, give them a little bit of a breather after qualifying. But yeah, what do you think about that then? Umpy Lumpy, Mr. TJ and Andrew JS?
I think it's going to be a very interesting race, this one.
Yeah, it's nice to see the two leagues are fairly scattered. It's not no big clumps there, no definite sort of line in the sand. So I think it's going to be really feisty. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, certainly.
Definitely. It's just watching Mr. TJ fly into the back of Dark Wolves. I think that's his AI doing that, which is very odd. Great little qualifying. Very close top. Yeah, very close top 10, I'd say. Umpy Lumpy's a little bit ahead with a 103.8. Mr. TJ managed to stick a 104.1. Andrew J.S. Thomas 104.3. And then it gets considerably closer. Benny just a tenth behind, less than a tenth, maybe half a tenth behind him. Coatsy with a 104.7. Absolute didn't finish, but he still managed to get in a 104.7. The Bianchi for SRA managed to get a 104.7. So it's nice and tight at the top. It's nice and entertaining, I think, for the race, hopefully. As I said, we're going to a 5-minute break, unless I'm told otherwise, within the next 5 minutes, of course. Going to go ahead and plug the Classics race, which is going on pretty much straight after this. I don't know if I'll be streaming. I think Kyle will be doing that for you. If you want to head over to our info little drop down on the Twitch page, we've got YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, I believe. Just go over there and like the pages. Give us a little bit of a follow. It mean a lot to us. Help us out. Thanks to the views we've got today. That is your qualifying. I timed that just right, actually. So, race will commence at about 8:10. I say about, be give or take a minute or two. Obviously, we'll have a formation lap and go for racing. I personally think that Andrew JS is going to take the win. I have a feeling that Umpy won't finish for some reason. I hate to bestow that upon someone, but I don't think you're going to finish, Umpy. Just my predictions. And I believe Absolute come in a close third just behind Mr. TJ. So that's my top three. It's a tricky turn one, I must say. Oh, someone's readied up a little bit early. I'm hoping that was coordinated between everyone, but I have a feeling some people are not going to be happy about that at all. Cheers for the support on the chat from everyone. So, as we head into the SF1 versus SRA League Championship duel match versus battle thing, it's Umpy Lumpy on pole. A fast driver, but he's followed very closely by Mr. TJ and Andrew J.S. Thomas, so it's going to be very, very interesting turn one. So heading around the final corners now. Interesting to, if we could know stuff like this, but who's actually managed to get their tyres or their car into the best sort of I don't know what the name is, into the best condition for the start of the race. I know that I'm terrible at getting heat into my tyres for the formation laps. It'd be interesting to know who's actually got that down to a T and how much it helps them on the starts. But not long to go now as the final few cars line up. Five red lights. It's go time. Umpy Lumpy's got a brilliant start. Mr. TJ's not letting off at all, and Andrew great, but down the inside is Benny.
One Red Bull went straight on, lost his front wing.
Oh dear, I think that's Constant Ryan, isn't it, that's gone off there. Nice to see as Benny actually made a great move down third, and Absolute's made an even better move down, a little bit aggressive, but down the inside for not just third, but second place as well. There's a little bit of glitching going on at the front here, just trying to keep the whole pack in view. Oh, Whiffy had a big moment there. Oh no, it wasn't Whiffy, it was Steffer. He actually lost it and into the side of Whiffy there, so that was a big lunge that didn't go anywhere at all. Meanwhile, Absolute's managed to hold second and is not too far away from Umpy Lumpy. Andrew J.S. Thomas in third, and Coates's actually got himself up to fourth position, so great start from Coates and Dark Wolf, who moves himself up into fourth. So there's a lot of jostling for position going on here. Oh, there's a move on Benny from Yes, My Name's a Beer. A beer down the inside.
Beer making up 9 positions though.
Yeah, beautifully done. What a start from Sam, or Beer. Brilliant stuff. Up into 6th position and not too far behind Coatsy and Dark Wolves. Whilst Sam, or whilst Beers moved up 9 places, unfortunately, Mr. TJ's lost 9 places, which he's stuck down in 11th, fighting Senna and Goomba. Umpy Lumpy gets the fastest lap. Just roll through So TJ drops even further back as Bianchi passes him, and has he got wing damage? I don't. Doesn't look like he's got any damage. There's a couple of cars in the pits there. Coetzee, Senna making an early pit. It's a wing change for Coetzee. It's a wing change for Senna. And they have both put on the super softs, I believe.
We've got Gumber just making the move on Stoffel, but Steffel. Oh.
Steffer holding up massively there.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I was just thinking with that brake test, that, you know, very slow. Has he got wing damage?
Yeah, very, very slow. Doesn't look like any damage there either, so possibly just a genuine lack of pace there. But Gumba's still behind him, so he must be doing something right.
I think Gumba's got quite a bit of wing missing as well, hasn't he? And it's lost the front left egg plates.
Particularly healthy. As he has a little peak on the cutback, but catches his wing and just can't advance. Here he comes as he chooses the outside line.
I think he's got him this time.
Squeeze too far. It's really easy to put crowd out too early and just push yourself a little bit too wide. Oh no!
With that,
Steph has made contact as Gumba's tried to come across, but that's ruined both their races really. That's going to have to be looked at.
yeah,
By the
come in for a
stewards,
wing
whoever
there.
they may be. Well, that's actually brought Mr. TJ up to 9th there. He's only 6 seconds behind now. Gumba and Steffer come into the pits together. Sitters actually is absolute, is getting dangerously close and passes Andrew, but doesn't make it stick. Andrew gets the cut back off the top of the hill down into this tricky right hand. Absolute's really pushing there. You've got to wait. You've got to wait. Absolute, give it time. Andrew holding on for dear life. Very strong competitor. They avoid each other for a moment, but Umpy's just got himself a 3-second time penalty. It's not going to help him out too much. Andrew gets away momentarily. Last 2 corners. Ooh, absolutely loses a lot of time there, but he's going to the pits, so it's alright. Managed to stay as close as possible to Andrew, so he could get... Oh, 5-second stop go. I could see that coming a mile away. Just missed his braking point there, and it's really not helped him at all. Lumpy pits as well. So the race leader comes in and comes out in 4th position still.
Oh, you've got Benny H on the back of Coetzee at the moment.
In 3rd position. And have a look at Benny versus Coetzee, and just ahead of him, I believe, is Smoking Poppy as well. So he might get caught up in this situation as well. Here's the pass. Makes it stick. Very nicely done. Coetzee has the DRS, but crucially Benny's still got the DRS as well. And a bit of a slipstream from Smoking Poppy. Benny makes the move straight away, not hanging about at all. Next up's Absolute. After his dreadful muck-up in the pit stops, has actually finds himself quite far back in 6th position. Actually behind Bianchi there.
Got Wiffy closing down on the centre.
Coetzee finds himself past Smoking Poppy. Some close battles going on. Whiffy versus Senna. Here they come onto the straight. Whiffy opens up. DRS just doesn't have the straight line speed to approach Senna and get past him. But here's another go with the DRS. Can he make it down into this tricky right-hander?
He's been making quite a bit of time on him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's made it stick.
Beautifully done. Oh, Senna's got the DRS as well. Can he do anything with that to try and maintain position? No. I think it's clearing away for Whiffy. As I say that, Whiffy was exactly what I was talking about earlier on and puts it wide, but it's not enough to let Senna back past. So Lumpy makes it past, and Andrew's in the pits. There we go. So Andrew, who was in second, takes his pit and comes out not too far away. I think the gap's actually extended just a little bit, so that's up to about 8.5, 9 seconds roughly between Umpy and Andrew. Beer yet to stop, so he's going to try and make the most of his situation. He's got himself into a really comfortable place. He's just got to try and hold on to that top 5 finish, which I'm sure he can get.
Yeah, Dark Wolf, he's made up quite a few positions as well as Beer. Beer, I mean, 13 positions. Obviously he's got a pit, but you know, he's going to be up there with a fighting chance of possible podium.
Yeah, massively. Hopefully a Beer doesn't get caught behind him too much, because I think he's slightly faster, but he's not managing to get past, so he doesn't want to get hold up too much, because I'm sure he's going for a completely different strategy as Dark Wolves gets a 3-second time penalty. So Bianchi enters the pits. That's going to free up Absolute. No wing change, just tyre, so he's onto the super softs again. Hopefully my graphics are working properly with the game. Got the right information. Softs, he comes out just fighting Smoking Puppy on the exit there, but just behind Smoking Puppy. And of course Senna and Whiffy in front of them as well. So
yeah, Whiffy managed to make the move, didn't he?
Yeah. Steph is just behind Yankee as well. So, oh! Smoking Puppy goes very deep, very wide there. Doesn't look very comfortable at all. He's not pit yet, but he's not looking too good for him. Goomba versus Rhodes for 13th position. And then just behind there is gotten 6. So it's tight all over the board. We'll move back to Umpy Lumpy, who's just made his way past Sam. Can Sam hold on down the inside? Umpy Lumpy in the Ferrari there on the left-hand side of the screen. Sort of boxed out the way. Sam's really, really aggressive there, and that's actually caused him the position to Umpy Lumpy. Dark Wolves drops to 3rd, and Umpy Lumpy makes a very good move there, down for 2 places, up into 1st. Of course, he's already stopped, so that is going to free his race up superbly. Beer and Dark Wolves yet to stop. Smoking Puppy also, but he's a little bit further down. Dark Wolves enters the pits. Sam, or Beer, stays out. Stefan up to Stefan up to 10th.
Coach is out with the internet problems again. We feel your pain, Chris.
Happens to the best of us. Rhodes makes his move up into 12th position, but yeah, Smoking goes into the pits finally. So it's just Beer left not pitted yet, so he's going to be in a strong position for his final stint. Don't know whether it's going to be enough to catch up with Umpy, considering he's already made it past, but it's definitely going to be in a very, very good position. Rhodes versus Coetzee for 11th spot. Steffer's just ahead of them. See if they can catch him and grab some points. Senna's on the back of Bianchi. There's lots of little fights, and Goomba's managed to get himself past Coetzee. This fight, Coetzee's, I think he's had a bit of an injury, or he just pushed offline, never really made it back online, but he's just been barged past by 2-3 cars there in the final couple corners.
Yeah, it's just running AI at the moment. He's hoping to get a connection back.
Not nice to see those problems. He was having a nice fight with Rhodes. Whiffy on the back of Darks, who was leading this race before everyone had pit. He's down in 6th position. He's got Whiffy quite close to the back of him. Beer still up in 2nd position from almost the back of the grid. Hasn't pit yet, but he's due to soon. JS Thomas gets a 3-second time penalty.
Hopefully Chris should be able to pick up from where he went off.
Constant Ryan looking for a move on Goomba, but he's just not got the pace there. Can he get it on the 2nd DRS? I'm not sure, he's not even trying to get the slipstream there. Not sure what's going on. But absolute 3-second time penalty. So all of the top dogs, or who were 1, 2, 3 earlier on. Oh, and Sam gets a 5-second stop go as he enters the pits. That's really not going to help him at all either. But yeah, as I was saying, the top runners are really getting the penalties now as they're handed out. Benny gets a 3-second time penalty as well. So it's clear that everyone's really pushing the limit today.
Yeah, it's so easy to pinch a little bit too much curb, innit?
Yeah, really, it's really unforgiving track. There's a couple of corners there that, especially those last few, if you just slightly wrong, slightly too early, or take slightly too much curb on the exit, you're gonna get chewed up and spat out. So your podium is SF1, SF1, SRA at the moment. 4th and 5th is Benny and a Beer, which is SRA and SF1 in that order. So looking good for the SF1 boys, but SRA are really showing us what they've got. It's great to see them not too far off at all, actually. Some good fights, a little bit scruffy at time between us, but definitely giving us some entertainment. Lap 15 of 18, just a handful of laps remaining.
Got Beer chasing down Benny at the moment.
Yeah, not even a fight. Benny lets him past. No need to cause any issues there, but that's given Sam a very good gap. There's only 2.5 seconds to absolute, and he's got those brand new tyres on. I wouldn't count him off the podium just yet. There's only 2.5 laps remaining, but He's going to be very quick on those new tyres. Benny doing a good job to actually just stay on the back of Beer, not lose any time, just use that slipstream to his advantage. Stefan making a move up the hill against Whiffy. They're tapping wheels quite a few times there, but they've managed to make it in and out. Just about. Whiffy came out worse off. It's Constant Ryan gonna make that move. He's still not even using the slipstream. He opens the DRS, but then just moves out of the wake of the car. So. So we watch Absolute, and just in the background you can see those two Toro Rossos creeping onto the back of him. Just 1.1 seconds now between Absolute and Beer, and then just behind is his teammate Benny. It's now less than a second, so Absolute has just a lap and a half to make a move and make it stick. That gap yo-yoing just a little bit. But Beer obviously at the same time is going to be fighting off Benny, who might make a little bit of a move back on Beer at the end of the lap. He let him past earlier, but maybe that was all part of a wider plan as they come up the hill. Benny's not going to make the move just yet. It's a 3-second time penalty for Dark Wolves just at the bottom there. All this time, Sam is creeping onto the back of Absolute, and Absolute is running out of time, running out of tyres. Just half a lap remaining. Sam ever closer. He has only got a few. Oh, is he actually? He might have an extra lap. No. So it is this. This is it. He's got to make the move stick into these final two corners. He's not going to try anything too stupid. Obviously, he'd rather finish. Can he get a run? He's not quite there. Manages to open the DRS, but it's not quite quickly enough. And has 5 seconds added on to his time. So it's going to push him back into 4th position. So he's behind Benny. Absolute had more penalties. Has pushed him into 5th. He's behind Benny now. So Bianchi fought off Senna all the way to the end. Actually managed to stay in front. Rhodes passes. Steffa's in 10th, so that's the last point Spain position. Whiffy just shy of points there with no front wing at all. Gumba a little way back in 12th. Constant Ryan. Coatsy got on 6th, who seems to have DNF'd on the final lap or so. So Coatsy's Smoky Puppy across the line for 14th, 15th and 16th on your DNF. So that has been an entertaining race. It's turned out fairly well for the SF1 lads with a 1-2. And of course SRA taking... No, they didn't. They didn't. It's a 1-2-3. It is a 1-2-3. So if you could just invite the podium positions into the party, we can question them about their motives. So it is SF1, SF1, SRA. Umpy, Andrew, and Benny, first, second, and third. Hopefully, we can get them in to have a quick chat with us. If you bear with us.
I've got Benny.
Okay, I'll invite Umpy Lumpy. I don't know if I've got Andrew.
Andrew J. Thomas, is it? Let's see if we can find him.
Oh, there he is. I got him. Wonderful. Right, so we'll just wait for them to pop into the party. If they do, we'll give them a minute to. Might decide against it.
No interviews.
Yeah, I've just got that. Oh, that's fine by me. So there you go. SF1 versus SRA. Brilliant stuff. It was exciting. Very exciting race. We didn't have quite the dominating race that I thought for that one. But yeah, no, it was really entertaining. Nice turn one. It wasn't too sorry, just looking at the streamers chat, shouldn't do that. It wasn't too hectic for the first few laps. There was some comings together, a little bit of a questionable driving at times, but all in all, very exciting.
Right, I must get ready for Classic League.
Wonderful. I'm going to do the same. So we'll leave you there